commonly used semantic elements. In this class, we'll walk through these semantic HTML elements which are being used very often. And the first one we'll talk about is an article. Article, as the name suggests, can be used for articles. To be more precise, it's about self-contained composition, which is suitable for syndication. It's better to be more practical. Examples where you can use articles: a forum post, a magazine, or a newspaper article. The structure is straightforward. You have opening tag, you have closing tag, and anything in between is an article. In this case, there's h2 and a heading 2 and paragraph elements. When I click here, that's what it will render. So from a visual point of view, you won't see any difference, but for machines, for robots, for crawlers, for Google, that makes a difference. If you to make it like this instead, it makes a difference. Next, section. Section defines a section of document, like chapters, headers, footers. Headers, footers. Theoretically, yes. Practically, everyone's just using header or footer, but like a document, chapter, some larger section on a site. In general, as the name says, section. Some section which makes logical sense. So we have section, closing, and anything in between is a part of the section. And again, it will be exactly the same what you have seen in the previous example. Oh, yes. And if we have seen the previous example, they look the same, but for machines, those are making difference. I went a bit too fast. Nav designed for navigation blocks. Nav stands for navigation, like a primary style navigation. So in short, menus. It starts, then it's closing. Between nav mostly is unordered list, which we are styling then later on with CSS, so we don't have these dots coming, as we have learned in the previous sections. And inside there are elements of the menu. Those are technically list elements, and inside there is a hyperlink, so the user is redirected to the specific part of the site which we have in our menu. What it will do, it will do like that, and that's the code. When we learn about CSS, those dots will be lightly removed, so you have some kind of nice menu. For example, when I visit I don't know, bbc.com, then you will see something like this, right? So there are no dots, but technically those are these list elements. And then in the top left, look on the top left, news, sport. So when I click here, this is a hyperlink inside of a list element, which is inside of a unordered list element. And last two, header, starting, closing tag. Anything in between is a header. Again, the same text, but for machines it makes a difference. So when you have a header of a site, you will use a header. Yes, as using it like this is rather rare. Even theoretically, that's what could be done, but practically no one does it like this. And this is completely correct, using header without a section. Maybe there was some small mistake with while preparing materials for this course, that those are saying that section can be used, header can be used inside the section, but no one is using this in practice.
The same for footer, opening, closing tag, and inside you have some information. Yes, those are very simple examples, but later we have like complete end-to-end example with those elements. Footer represents a document, footer of document or a section. Most is it's a document of represents a footer of an entire page. So most you have like author information, copyright noise, contact information, links to some privacy policies, but links to some corporate information. Where is the BBC? Or like here, so here they have double menu actually, but here you can see different types of policies, cookies, accessibility, and some less important menu elements which are not here, because here we want everyone to use, and here it's like a secondary priority. And that's it. In the next class we will talk about best practices using those semantic elements.